Yo, what up guys, SloMoBackSlap here, slapping you with another video, and today let's discuss something that's been on my mind for a little bit while now, and I didn't really want to address it before because I wanted to give this developer 343 the opportunity to address this on their own. The issues that I'm going to talk about aren't something that immediately needed to be addressed considering the other parts of the content that were still missing, like co-op, Forge, etc. Other issues arose, like the battle pass, for example, that needed to be modified and changed in order to feel more rewarding for the players that were engaging in it. But we do have to talk about the lack of communication about campaign content, because there's been a lot of insinuations, and some of them on my part as well, that when you say that you're doing an ongoing game, that you plan for this game to last for 10 years, you're entering into the kind of looter shooter territory where other ongoing games had roadmaps that intended to drop annual content for PvE. And what I mean by that is, if you look at games like Destiny, for example, Destiny just dropped the Witch Queen expansion, which is anywhere between 9 to 12 hours of a just full-on awesome campaign. That's in addition to what they usually do, which is drop annual content on the PvE side for those players. We look at other looter shooters, some of them aren't around anymore, but what they've always intended to do to keep players engaged is to give you content that you can consume on an annual basis, at least on an annual basis. Now, we do know that 343 has a lot of grand intentions for the PvP side of things, with the seasons, the multiple battle passes through those seasons, the fact that you can continue to work on a previous battle pass before moving on to the next one. So there will be content on the PvP side eventually. But when you launch this game, the first Halo to ever launch without co-op, when you launch this game with already behind the 8 ball when it comes to trying to catch up to what is expected of Halo, it concerns me on whether you're actually going to be able to keep up on the PvE side of content. So far, we don't have a roadmap of content for PvE. Typically, we wouldn't think about this because in previous Halos, the campaign was the campaign. It was what it was, and that's it. And you didn't expect to see anything else from that unless they did some kind of mode that would drop consistent PvE content, and that was already announced. But otherwise, you didn't expect to see another campaign or expansion or anything like that in previous Halos. But this is different because they said this would be an ongoing game. So now we do have an expectation of new content coming. The problem is that you lose people when you don't drop consistent content, at least on an annual basis. It's difficult to get these players to come back when new games come out, when new experiences can draw them in. So it does make me wonder what's going to happen here when it comes to 343 and Halo Infinite. Because if you're already struggling to get co-op working on a campaign that's already finished, and you had a very open-ended ending to the campaign, it makes me wonder how long it's going to take for you to drop another expansion, and how many people are going to be around to come back to that expansion once it finally releases. But you guys let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think this is a concern? Do you think it's not a concern? Do you feel like it's not that big a deal, they'll drop it when they'll drop it, I'll be ready to come back when they do drop it? Or you feel like it may, even if it's a great campaign or a great expansion that they drop in the future, it may be too late for people to come back and pick that story back up? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked the video, hit the dislike button if you didn't, it's all good, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this in the future. Peace.